I did receive the unofficial results for tonight's election just after 9 p.m. here at the Ector County Annex. Now, it may not be ideal to take the camp online, but it is allowing them to do more. If I try and walk inside of the police department building, I'm not able to do so. They have these doors locked down. Mondale and North Park have been having to worry about thieves coming out whenever they go to sleep. Able to have him pull out the evidence. Here is an actual look at the clips that were recovered from the vehicle that the men were in. All to get students online. And now they're asking the city of Odessa to help them get some of that money back. For over a month, they've been planning to make sure they have plenty of tricks up their sleeve to scare you. They have for sale signs calling your name. And lucky for you, after 6 years of planning, a partnership between Grow Odessa, Odessa Finance, and the city of Odessa, just south of Crane before you get to McCamey. And this piece of wreckage right here on the side of the road with cobwebs all over it shows that this isn't the first time something like this has happened. That is a lot of money for Christmas decorations, and some may argue that it's a waste of taxpayers' money. Do you trust that the employees are going to sort through the items after they're put in bins like these and make a good decision of whether they're going to go for sale or go to a nonprofit? It's around 60 to 70%. And it's household cleaners that you find under your sink, like bleach, that's causing that spike in calls. Brianne Anderson's room is more like an artist's studio these days. With each brush stroke, she's turning a blank canvas into a work of art. A masterpiece you can wear.
I'm not really like an artist.
She just wanted to give her boyfriend something special.
I painted a pair of Vans for my boyfriend for his birthday.
Call that gift a stroke of genius.
After I gave them to him, I was like, I put on my Twitter if anyone would be interested who would buy these. And it like blew up and my phone crashed because I was getting so many messages.
That's how Vans by Bree started.
Even if I'm at work or if I'm at school, I'm just thinking about all I have to paint when I get home. And it's exciting to come home and just get to paint.
At school, she's a track star and is a member of the Bronco band. And at home, a budding business owner. She's sold dozens of her colorful creations through social media, a creative outlet that's paying off, literally.
I get real excited to just come and paint.
From a birthday present to a business. In Odessa, Tate Owen, News West 9. A poster board, a microphone, and a question.
Hello. Would you like to tell me why you came out to early vote today?
It's important for every American to make their voice heard.
It's my obligation and my right.
It's my civic duty, and I feel like it's what I do to be an American, be a United States citizen.
For an hour, we spoke to every person we could that came out to stand in the possible record-breaking long lines to get their vote in early.
What do you think about so many people coming out that first day?
I'm really surprised. I've done early voting every time, and I've never seen, and I usually do it towards the beginning of early voting, and I've honestly never seen anything like this.
Similar lines reported at polling locations all across town, like here at Ace Hardware in East Odessa. Volunteers say that there was almost always a constant line since 10:30 this morning. Same story in Midland, where there was a constant flow of early voters. A sign that in a year unlike any other, this election cycle could drive voter turnout to a level that we've never seen before.
Regardless of political party, I think that that's a great thing to have a high voter turnout. I hope that continues.
Something I wouldn't do is live without voting.
An American right to ensure you have a say in who will lead our country.
It's amazing. God bless America.
In Odessa, Tate Owen, News West 9. Last night, the Odessa Police Department was busy trying to chase down some minors that were causing chaos around town. Today, they're investigating multiple robberies and aggravated assaults.
We had several officers work around the clock all night long, and including several detectives that worked all night long last night.
4 separate crimes in 4 different parts of town.
Busy last night, and it's still active at this time as well.
Police are saying they are all connected.
That all 4, the suspects are linked to all 4 cases.
It started with the shooting on the west side of Odessa and the 200 block of Gila. Then the suspects moved to the south side of town, where they robbed a mother and a daughter at gunpoint near Grant and Clements.
Walking and just talking, and me and my daughter, And next thing you know it, we see the SUV park like right in front of us, but really fast, parked on the side. And when they did that, they got out real quick, and they pointed all their guns towards us. They had like a little light you could see. And I freaked out. I was crying. I was screaming.
Shortly after, the suspects went to the Chaparral Village apartment where they broke into a car.
His vehicle was being burglarized, and when he confronted the suspects shot at him. They stole his property and then fled the scene. Fortunately, he was not injured.
Then, just after midnight, police responded to the 2500 block of West 10th after a home was broken into.
The suspects went into a residence and stole property.
For an hour and 15 minutes, the miners caused chaos around town. Right now, there are 3 suspects in custody. They're all minors, but the police department is still looking for more suspects, so they're asking you to contact them if you have any information about last night's crimes. Reporting in Odessa, Tate Owen, News West 9. Big Spring, named after its old watering spring. What you may not know is the city had a dark beginning. It's part history and part lore.
According to legend, the first 8 deaths in town were murders, violent murders.
And their bodies lie in the Mount Olive Historic Graveyard. You see, this was a shoot-to-kill kind of town. Those are some of the many stories told along the city's haunted tour. The sold-out tour, just in time for Halloween, tells tales tall, spooky, and true.
That's where Big Spring's history is at. That's where the ghosts of Big Spring are.
The area riddled with ghosts of the past.
The bodies deteriorated, but the spirits, not so much.
In the 1880s, Main Street was lined with saloons, one of the tales told on the tour. There are more ghostly happenings than normal, and that this loft on 2nd and Main is haunted.
As she moved in, she would hear noises in the walls, within the walls, and the walls are a really thick construction of concrete and brick, and you couldn't really hear the trains, which are very close. It was that soundproof, yet she kept hearing these voices. The one wall she shares the meat market. We call it the meat market. That's one of the oldest buildings in town.
That building still stands as a barber shop, and it's another piece of the town's haunted history.
The meat market was built in 1884 for the Earl of Alresford, who came to Big Spring. He was royalty, and he came from England.
He never went home. Alresford apparently drank himself to death while living in Big Spring. Some say his spirit never left the West Texas town. Just one story in the cauldron full of ghosts locals hunt for this time of year. In Big Spring, Tate Owen, News West 9.